Hey everybody, it's me over Jones, aka Daniel Kuhn, back with a new video. Black folk. I hate that term, and I've been wanting to make this video for some time. I just knew I had to get my kind of gather my thoughts. But whenever I heard that term used, whether it be on the news, on people's videos, it burns me up. Now, I'm a 100% free speech kind of guy. I think people should be able to get on whatever platform they want and say some of the most hateful things, some of the most hateful stuff, most vitriolic things. If you want to say, fine, I think you'll be able to say it. If you're gonna get backlash as a result of saying it, cool. If it encourages conversation, even better. But I think people should be able to say whatever they want. But I'm just expressing my feelings, which which rarely ever happens. But I'm just expressing my feelings on the term poor black folks. I use it in the way that it seems to be, seems want to be said as po black folk. I can't stand it. Well, they kind of get into what really the term comes up when they're talking about, um, when talking about black people as a group in the United States. Just from this, going back through the history that they've experienced with, slavery, Jim Crow discrimination, and I don't make light of those things. If anything, I think it's good to see how far we've come as in spite of those things happening in the past. But as things are currently, using that term to me is insulting for several reasons. One, I can't stand when black people use it because it's like putting on this victim complex. Oh, woe is me. Oh no, there's some racist white boogeyman behind a tree trying to make things bad for us poor black folk. I hate that. As if the slave mentality has never left. Has never left, or if anything, it shouldn't be around in the first place. Because no one. Well, I guess some could say even slaves in some form or fashion, but in terms of chattel slavery, no, that's not going on right now. And to have this idea that black people nowadays are in the same position as they were during chattel slavery is foolishness. It's an insult to those who actually worked hard, whether it be through paying, buying their way out of the position of slavery, escaping, which many of them have done, or even fight, or just fighting. If it came down to it, doing all they had to do to obtain liberty. It's an insult to them to make it seem like in the condition that black people have currently, as bad as a lot of it is, this sport is like throwing the chances out, throwing away all the chances of picking yourself up, of putting yourself on the right track, and going forward and improving yourself. It's like all that means nothing. Like all their work was squandered. All their work means nothing today because someone thinks that because of what was done in the past is continue. Like this post-traumatic slave disorder. That bullshit. This that way of thinking is ridiculous. So to hear the term "po black folk" being brought up by black people is stupid. It's an insult to it's an insult to all our ancestors, and it makes light of the work that they've done to get us to this point. Second, one of the things that gets brought up when it comes to elections is like voter ID, and there's always this point brought up that there's is shutting black people out of voting, is voter disenfranchisement. Um, I mean, the only people who are getting disenfranchised are I personally think are those who serve time and who are out. I think if you serve your time, you should be treated as everyone else, and in American society, you should be open to voting. You should be open to buying a firearm. You should be open to doing many things that people who never done time are able to do. But if you serve your time, then that's it. So they're the only ones who are truly disenfranchised from voting. But I know there's some places where they allow ex felons to vote. But bring up the point that needing a voter ID is some way, shape, or form to keep black people from voting is much nonsense. First off, when I first moved to Richland County, one of the first when I decided was going to be I guess my permanent address, the first thing I did was I walked all the way over to to the county office, and I re-registered to this county. It's like one of the first things I did when I walked there, got I got a registration, got a voter's registration card with my current address, and that was that. And that's all I do. That's all I have to show along with my driver's license to go vote. And they have your name on the rolls. How hard is that thing? How hard is that to do? Are you really saying that? When people bring it up, are they really saying that black people are just too stupid to just go to the voter registration office, register to vote in their county, or go down to or go over to the DMV, find a day off to go to the DMV, get an ID? Are you saying that we're really stupid and too stupid and lazy to just do those simple tasks? You need an ID to get a lot of things um, in this country. So to come up with that excuse that voter ID is somehow racist against black people it reminds me of that whole "po black folk, oh woe is me" mentality, and that's something I can't stand. Third thing, um, gun crime, and as you guys know, I'm pro liberty, so of course I'm going to be pro gun. Um, this whole talk about violence and violence in the community, violence in black communities, and so some liberal always comes out, or rather some leftists. There are good liberals out there, but leftists I can't stand. They always come up with this plan of ridding these communities of firearms. To save these po black folk from rampant crime. First of all, those laws don't work because if you think like all you do is think like a criminal. If I really want to get a gun, what are some of the ways that are available to me? I can do a straw purchase. I can lie in some form or fashion to obtain a firearm. I can steal one. You know, or I could just use something else, or I can just get someone to do the dirt for me. There are those options available, and to think that handing over one of your means of remaining free, which is one of the things that was decided long ago by actual racists, that you don't want blacks being armed because then you don't want them being armed because then they actually can fight back when they're being aggressed upon by actual racists. Uh, they figured it out, or they figured it out by now. But somehow this thought, this victim mentality of us poor black folk need to be disarmed in order to feel safe, it still runs rampant even in these neighborhoods. These neighborhoods they don't need gun control. They need strong families. They need the family to be rebuilt. You know, they need things that actually create a good community, which is a strong family. Which leads to my fourth point. Um, it's this thought that black men can't they can't do the job that needs to be done to preserve their families, to preserve their culture, preserve their communities. Yes, they can. Yes, they can. They need good examples. I'm not sure I said they need good examples. There are good examples out there that they look towards. It's just that when you have this pro-black folk mentality, you're unable to look for, you're unable to see the actual good examples that are in front of you. And they don't even have to be black men. They can just be men of good character, men with integrity. When you see guys, see guys like that, whether it be in your personal life, on TV or what have you, you can say that their qualities are something that I can emulate in my own personal life. Maybe I should work towards that, and I can help build myself up, and from that, people will follow me because they see that I have my stuff together, and they'd be willing to listen to what I gotta say and consider the advice I want to give, and not just stay in this mentality of the white man's trying to hold me back. The system is geared to make us fail. No, it isn't. No, it's only geared to make you fail if that's the mindset you go into it right away. Then you'll find yourself falling into easy traps that could easily be avoided. All you have to do is be smart. Have your wits about you. Follow good examples. Follow the good examples that have been made before you. Don't be dumb. Things like that. So those are some instances where I get tired of that line. Us po black folk, it gets brought up because it always just brings about this. It brings up this feeling of just defeat. Like there's nothing you can do on your own. There's nothing that you can do to improve your situation. that everyone has to do something for it. If anything, you know what? If that's the mindset that many black people are gonna have, or any people or anybody for that matter, you might as well accept slavery. If it, it's one of the things that people talk about, or slavery. They say about Donald Trump, oh, he's gonna bring slavery back. I'm like, all right, first of all, let's say that was the case. How many are gonna how many are gonna actually go along with that plan? As if how many are actually gonna make it easy? To quote my good friend General S. Lee, what the fuck you got all these guns for? You know, if you're so worried about being made slaves again, do something about it. There are things you can do about it. But first is you gotta fix this up here. You know, you gotta get out of that mindset, thinking that there's nothing you can do. And part of that is getting out of this, getting away from this label of us black folk. So those are just my thoughts. Please tell me what you think. You think they're going too far? They're not going far enough? I'm running the money. Please share your thoughts. Leave a like, share, and subscribe. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Please look forward to new videos to come, and look into my older videos. You can see other good content, especially ones where I'm wearing this hat. If you want to help with the channel, look for the PayPal link on my YouTube homepage, and donate any amount that you like. Just give up that cheese button. Any gripes, complaints, send me a PM. I see what I can do to address them. But that's my video. Us Black Folk. I'm Edward Jones, aka Daniel Kuhn. You guys take care, and God bless.